Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is a bit of a different one. I thought I would do a vlog because I've got a very exciting day today. I'm going to see my old cheer team from uni perform. So I'm going to do my makeup now. I'm going to start getting ready because I'm not going till a bit later on today. I'm going to take you along with me and then do a bit of like a summary at the end, like how the day was. So yeah, I thought while I'm getting ready, I would talk to you, kind of like a bit of a get ready with me. But I'm no makeup expert, so we're all friends here, no judging. Headband first, and then I'm going to moisturise. I've just got this day cream by Nivea. It's got SPF in, so oh my god, I can't even get it out of the tube. Okay, this is off to an amazing start. Today I'm going to do my makeup around this new foundation which I've got, which is Becca foundation. I don't normally buy expensive foundations, but with TK Maxx it's like the things that they haven't been able to sell, the end of line stuff that's just kind of gonna, I don't know what would happen to it if no one bought it. I'm guessing it would just get thrown away. So I always feel a little bit better like going in there. I mainly just look at like the beauty and the notebook section and like the home section. They have such a good home section. But yeah, I saw this in there and it's only like, it was like £8 or something. I couldn't try on my shade, so I don't even know if it's the right shade, but it did look kind of good and the reviews were good online. Putting a bit on my wrist. I mean, it's a bit late now if it actually doesn't match, but okay, it's quite orange. Okay, it's really orange. Maybe when I fake tanned. You know what, I could just put like a really light covering of it on. I'm not going to put primer on because I'm going to stick to what I actually do if no one is here, which is like the bare minimum. So while I do my makeup, I'm going to talk to you about the day today and cheer and stuff, because I haven't really talked about that on my channel. But basically, I went to the Uni of Manchester in England. For the first couple of years, I didn't do any societies, so I didn't do any of the sports or any clubs or anything. And then it got to my third year, which was my last year, and I was like, okay, I need to join something. And the year before, me and my housemate had meant to join cheer, and then we got really drunk like the night before the first taster session, and we were hungover the next day and we just never ended up going. So third year, we were like, no, okay, we're actually going to do it. We went along to the freshers sessions, which is where they give you a little taster of all the different parts of cheer that they do. There's elite, which is basically the part where you're throwing people up in the air, catching them, doing the stunting, tumbling, all that kind of thing. Then there's pom, which is kind of a mixture of jazz, little bits of ballet. I'm not really sure how to describe it, but it's probably how cheer kind of originated. Like more the sort of stuff that you'd see on the side of a basketball game. That year was the first year that they also did a hip hop team, which was called Urban. So I went along to the freshers sessions. I tried out for only the dance teams because I was scared to do elite, but I didn't get into either of them. I know I didn't get into pom because honestly, like, I'm not good at ballet, or I couldn't even do one pirouette, and there were girls there that could do loads. So yeah, and then I didn't get into hip hop because there was a lot of competition, and also I was just so nervous on the auditions. Like, I really didn't show off what I could actually do. But my housemate still got in, and because she was on the teams, I still went to all the socials. Like, I made an effort to literally go to every single thing in the year, like even help them fundraise and stuff, even when I wasn't part of the team. Sorry, I'm just going to blend this out loads because it's so orange for me. But I'm hoping that we can save it somehow. So the team has a committee, and each year everyone who's part of the team, the committee, and everyone just in a normal team votes for who's going to be on the committee the next year. And some examples of the roles are like the social secs, who are in charge of doing the socials every week, which are the nights out. The events sec, who is in charge of organising tour, which is the holiday at the end of the year. They've got the treasurer, who looks after the money. Coaches who train the teams. They have a big night where everyone sits around and you basically put yourself forward for the position that you want to be on committee the next year, and then everyone who wants to go for that role does their speech, and then everyone votes anonymously and you find out who's going to be the committee for the next year. Normally you have to have been on the team for a year before you can even do that, like put yourself forward, and I hadn't. But they'd gone through everyone and no one had put themselves forward for event sec. And I think it was because a lot of people were leaving at the end of that first year. There weren't many people left that could take on the committee roles. So it was towards the end of the meeting and no one had gone for it. And I was like, I know I haven't actually been on a team, but I almost feel like I have, because I've literally been a part of the year. Like, I knew everyone really well. I'd been to everything. And they were like, if you want to go for it, just go for it. So I said a little impromptu speech, like really spontaneously. And then they voted. And yeah, so I ended up being on committee. So when it came to the next year, I'd actually finished uni at this point, but I decided to stay in Manchester because I loved it so much. I just loved living up there. And so I got a job in a cinema, and I literally just wanted to pretend that I was a student for another year, like not go straight into a proper like full-time employment. And they let alumni on the team up till 4 years after you've finished uni, I think. So I tried out for Urban, which is the hip hop team, and I also tried out for level 2 elite, because at this point we added on another elite team. So we had 2 teams that did all the stunting and the tumbling and everything, level 1 and level 2, because we thought when we only had level 2 it was really competitive to get on, and there were so many people who wanted to try cheer but just weren't quite good enough to be on level 2. Why don't we start having a level 1 team as well, so people, it's almost like having a youth team in a football club. So if you're just starting and you're a beginner, you can go in, build up your skills, and then if you want to apply to like audition, try out for level 2, you can. You've got a better chance of getting on, and it just means we can have double the amount of people on the team. So it just made the club like way bigger. You could specify if you wanted to try out for level 1 or level 2, or you could just try out and they would say, we think you're good enough to be in level 2. So I was a bit worried about proving myself that I was good enough, because I didn't want everyone to think that I'd only got on because I was on committee. I wanted to actually get on because of my own merit. And luckily I got into 2 teams, so it made me feel way better, because it wasn't like I just got in out of sympathy, because both of the teams didn't know that the other one was going to pick me. So they both individually like wanted me anyway. So I ended up being on committee, and I was on 2 teams. I was on Urban, which is the hip hop team, and I was on level 2 cheer. So that was how I got on to the team. It was a lot. Like, we trained 3 times a week for level 2 and then once a week for Urban. So I was training 4 times a week, having committee meetings as well. But it's one of those things where at the time you're like, oh my god, this is so much, like, I have taken on a lot. But then as soon as I left, like, all I wanted to do was go back and do it again.
It's just future me popping on from when I'm editing. I seem to have lost a few clips. I think it's because my phone's really low on storage, so it just stops saving things when it feels like it, which is really annoying. But I've realised that one of the clips that I haven't got is when I'm basically explaining about the different teams, which is kind of good for you to know. I was going to see Uni of Manchester's level 1 team, level 2 team, and their dance teams. And the level 2 team this year, it's the first year that it's been co-ed, which means that they've got boys on there as well. So I'm going to put little descriptions on the top hand corner of the videos when I'm showing you videos of them performing, and it'll tell you which team is the team that's performing. And co-ed just means they've got boys as well. So I was just popping on to say that. I've actually got this fluffy thing on that I got for my birthday, which I just thought I could show you while I'm wearing it. This is how I spend like the majority of my days. But look, it has this hood. And it goes like right down to my knees as well. It is the comfiest thing ever. So this is how I'm going to spend the rest of my day.
I've actually just had a thought. So when I was thinking about joining a society or a sport at uni, I didn't know what to pick, and I had thought about cheerleading, but I was really scared because I didn't know what it involved. I didn't know what it was going to be like. I just had loads of questions, and I actually searched on YouTube to see if anyone had done a vlog or a Q&A about what it was like to do cheerleading at university, specifically Manchester, and there wasn't one at the time. I don't know whether anyone's done one since, but maybe I could do a video which is like a Q&A about, yeah, everything to do with doing cheerleading at uni, my experience of it.
Me just popping on again. But yeah, let me know if you do want to see that. If there's any questions that you want answered, put them in the comments below. If not, I'll just come up with things that I would have liked to have known before I went. And yeah, the next clip that you're going to see is me in Nottingham when I'd just arrived and just met my sister. So yeah, enjoy. So we're in Nottingham. This is my sister Ellie. Say hello. Hello. And I dragged her along to the competition. We've both got our purple t-shirts on. We just struggled to find our way. We've been walking around for a minute or two, but I think we're on the right track now. I don't know how much I'll be able to film in there, so I'll probably try and do it discreetly. But I think our level 1s are first, and then level 2, and then dances, I think. But yeah, such a nice day. We're just like struggling to find the way. We've just been wandering around.
Is this the way you told us to go?
I think so. Yeah, we just had to like quickly get Mum a Mother's Day present on the way.
I see bows.
Oh, Ellie sees bows. Okay, I think we're on the way. So I'll just probably put like a montage of clips from inside, but yeah. Just got home. I will sit down to give you a little recap. It was so good. I'm so glad that I went. It's just made me miss it so much. So yeah, after we got there, we found the team, Uni of Manchester team, and went and sat with them for a bit. Then they had level 1 performed first. Then there was about an hour wait until level 2. There was like a 3-hour gap in between that and the dance teams. So me and Ellie decided to go for food. So we went for food like in the centre of Nottingham. I was going to go back afterwards, but the last performances were really late on the night. So because I've got work to do tomorrow, decided to walk back with Ellie to her flat and then come home. But I'm so glad that I went. If you're into cheer at all, like even if you're not there supporting one of the teams, I just feel like it's really fun to go and do. Because you can literally, you just pay on the door, and then we went in and there was no specific seating or anything. We could sit anywhere, and then you can just watch all the teams. Like they literally have from like level 1 to, I watched some level 3 performances, and they had co-ed, so they had teams with boys on and teams without. And then they have the dance teams, so like pom and urban teams. It's like so good. It was £18 to get in on the door, which like for the whole day, like because the performances started about 7:30, so if you wanted to be there from 7:30 till the end, it literally finished at like 10:30, something like that. So you would get your money's worth. Like it was so good. And Nottingham was just like a really nice city to go to if you've never been before. I'm glad that I got some of it on film for you. But yeah, I'm going to get an early night now because it was actually quite a lot of driving in one day. Long day, but worth it. If you don't follow Uni of Manchester Cheerleaders on Instagram, go and follow them.